Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this experimental episode with audio in one file and 32,000 kilobits per second of data. Hopefully this doesn't look too shit, hopefully it performs well and all that jazz, as we are going for Milano San Remo, and we're playing Pro Cycling Manager 2015, if I didn't say that, in the Pro Cyclist mode, because I am a professional, I know how to do my intro correctly. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? Right, so we know the strategy here. I'm not in perfect shape, but it's acceptable. I'm too good with Tombonen. I don't remember looking at the favorites, which is not ideal. But I should be able to maybe bail at the top of this one. I don't remember the name. Precha, I think. We'll see. We will see. What's the deal with John Burgundy? What? I have no idea. I know the words, but I don't know the meaning. Right. I'm also wondering where I should speak into the microphone for the best volume. Should I speak at the back, at the top, or at the front? I have no idea, I am clueless. So I'm speaking at the front because that's the middle ground. And I know it picks it up decently enough, so yeah, that's not my biggest concern, and they just
Welcome to Milan for the start of the first and longest classic of the year, with nearly 300 kilometers. This special race is often favorable to sprinters, but punchers can also pull off a victory if they place a decisive enough attack on the final climb of the day, the Poggio, whose summit is just 5 kilometers from the finish on the Via Roma.
Oh, it's just a Poggio. Also, I have no idea what's going on with the double commentary and the starter. But hey, it's fun. Right, so yeah, I'm protected. That's a good sign. Especially in the wind, that's technically a good thing. Alright, so my stamina is good, my resistance is not really that useful here. I have acceptable sprint, not as bad as it used to be. And I'm also going to tell you when the file size for this video has surpassed the file size of my previous video. Which is going to happen in an estimate of around the 12-minute mark, I think. So it's not too bad. I say as the file size suddenly increases a lot. Oh well. File size is not that big of an issue if I don't have to render it. This is just an experimental video, basically. I'm trying to see how big the file size is, because I know it increases when I'm rendering it. I know for some reason it increases. I don't know why, but it does. So I figured, why not try to see if I can get roughly the same file size if I don't edit it, and see how that looks on YouTube. Yada yada yada, all backend stuff. But you should be able to notice the difference, because it'll, in theory at least, it should look better, although it doesn't look that good when it's going at speed 8 and all these turns. But yeah, well, I mean, I'm having issues with paying attention to the road when all the turns are going. The gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. That's good. Also, I have +3 daily form so far. That's good. Imagine if I had a +5. Also, I get a bonus of some sorts to this race. Somebody told me on Twitter, but I don't remember, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, well, guess I'm starting to struggling up the hill, but not too much, I guess. That's good. How's Boden doing? Worse than me. That's good for me. I'm guessing I'm the captain. Also, is that? No, that's not that. It's not the big guy. It's not Jørgen van den Broek. It's someone else. Van den Broek. Right, water. Okay, it's almost time to slow down and thus increase the frame rate. That's right, there's hard riding. Riding hard or hardly riding, I don't know. One of the two. Right, so I should use this one before the hill. Let's use it now. Starting the hill here.
The Chyprysa is the penultimate difficulty of the race. 10 kilometers to the finish line.
I should just get up as
The
fast as I
sprinters are
can.
positioning themselves up front. It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
I can just get a
And
gap.
off he goes! He's giving it one last go. 5 kilometers remaining.
This is going to be close.
Ponteviva has fallen.
And there goes the mad burst for the final sprint.
It could work, it could work. Yes! I hope. It should work.
This was a great day for
Yes!
him. Nobody could keep up with him.
Well, I can just retire now.
We're
I got the
waiting
win
for
I
the back
wanted.
markers who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
Seriously though, this was an excellent race.
Now for the race highlights.
Yes, sprinters. Yes, I'm the king of the sprinters. No doubt. Yeah! This is excellent. I'm curious. World... No, it's not just results. Standings. I am the 6th best rider overall. And that's not the team. And I help... Wait, I have 119 of 120 points for the team right now. Good. Only 25,000. Training. Let's take it easy that month. Oh, that week, I should say. Take it slightly easier that week, and Paris-Roubaix is that week, so we should actually take it harder there. We should take it hard that week. And we can take it easy. Just trying to do some scheduling. Oh, and we surpassed the previous file size in the last climb, so I didn't get the possibility to pay attention to the file size. If you were wondering, which you probably weren't, but if you were, then you know that we surpassed it somewhere in the last 10 kilometers of Milan-San Remo. I'd say the 10-minute mark, that should be okay. So if it works like that, then it's so if it's 1.5 gig for every 10 minutes, that's acceptable, because that's roughly the same as what I had. I'm the captain! Shit. Am I on the favorites list? No. Oh, let's see how far I can survive. Apparently I was designated captain instead of Bonnen, who can actually, in theory at least, ride cobbles. Here, my geared. Oh, hello, candy. Boom, boom, boom. Rick Sabel. Apparently Bonn is also not on the favorites list. But if I do good here, then that's even more surprising than Paris-Nice or Marsa Remo.
Here we are at the start in Harelbeke for a classic worthy of a mini tour of Flanders. There are 215 kilometers on the menu, with the finish back here. But there are 17 hills to climb, some with cobblestones, so it won't be a piece of cake. The biggest challenges come just before the 200-kilometer mark with the Paterberg and its maximum gradient of almost 20%, followed by the dreaded Udo Quarmont, whose summit lies 28 kilometers from the finishing line.
Right, so yeah. The screen said I'm the captain, but it doesn't look like I'm the captain, which is technically good, but it would have been nice to have someone protect me. Bonnen is the captain. He is, I think he's the captain. He's 78 in cobbles. Still doing good, even though he's getting old. There's nobody else up there with... Oh. There's not nobody else with high cobble stat, really. And Sagan is the champion, and that guy fell. He can just speed down there. We don't care, he's just a helper. Sailrise fell. We don't care, he's just a helper. Never noticed all the mud thing on the jerseys. That's a really nice touch in this game. All of our teammates are up and back in the peloton, mostly in the front here, that's good. Placo Smith, I don't remember what team you were, but you are up here as well. So is Christoph from Södersjö. And Tom Bonnen fell, too bad for him. I'm not dropping by, even though I look to be getting a -5 daily form. Yeah, well. And Bonnen is back in the peloton. 5 more riders fell. I do hope that that -5 is just a temporary thing and not a permanent thing. And he fell. That guy fell again. Serena not having a good day. I'm probably going to not win this one, but that's okay. I fell. Well, that's a good sign. And I have a -5, so it's no point in struggling anyways. I wonder what it's like to abandon a race manually in Pro Cyclist mode. I'm genuinely tempted to try to find out, but I'm not going to, because that's poor sportsmanship. At least I pretend it is. And we'll see who wins in the end, but we all know it's not going to be me. That -5 is really not doing me any favors. Also, I did have that fall, which put me out of the race. Christoph won! No surprise! Yay, Norway! Woo! I don't really care.
And here are a few of the key moments.
Yeah, I don't care about the finish. I'm 10 minutes behind. Let's do Gent-Wevelgem game as well. Why do I have 1 classics win? What classic did I win? Does that count as a classic even though it was technically a monument? When I won San Remo? Oh, and yeah, the reason why I dropped the training, if you're wondering, is because I consider myself a helper, not the captain. For cobbles races. And this isn't the burst one out there. Strategy, I'm technically the captain, that's not going to help. Sure, let's just get to it. I mean, if I have energy after this hill, and in peloton, I might be able to win it. Like I won San Remo, and 1 stages in Paris-Nice, and all the other 30-something victories I have so far. But we'll see. We will see. The most said phrase in my YouTube career. Arguably. Right, so another news. I have a book for my school because I have nothing to say while waiting for one of my classes, which is almost 3,000 pages long. That's a lot of pages. Good thing it's not all required reading. Yeah.
Welcome to Belgium for the
Woo!
Gent-Wevelgem
Right
Classic.
off the peloton.
Often favourable to sprinters, but that doesn't mean an easy ride. The first 100 kilometers are relatively flat and apparently without difficulty, but big changes in the wind direction could impact this stage. Once back inland, the peloton makes a 50-kilometer detour into France, crossing the Kasselberg and Katzenberg, the first climbs of the day. The race then returns to Belgium, crossing the Kemmelberg-Monteberg duo twice. From the top of this final climb, there will be just over 30 kilometers to the finish, which can allow sprinters who have been dropped to organize their teams for a return to the front of the race.
What he said. Right, so I think I'm a bit too far ahead in the peloton.
An attack is
Not
launched.
really. There's almost no wind, which is possibly a good thing. Also, I'm no longer protector, apparently. Ride, ride. Ride, ride. I'm not a big fan of the Placo Smith jersey, but I've seen better, I've seen worse. In fact, there's a worse jersey in this picture right here, and it's this red and white thing. Well, that's mainly because it's a Danish national jersey, nothing to do with the jersey team or the team itself. In fact, I think that the S-Mobile or T-Mobile, as it would be called with real names and all that, is one of the prettiest jerseys in the pattern. I always liked it. And I'm not going to do too well. The hills are too steep and the cobbles too rough. Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I'm still in the peloton. For now. I could get some energy back on the flats, but I highly doubt it. I have no idea who's in this group. But it seems to be piling together somewhat. The only thing I know is that I'm not going to do shit. Because I'm just trying to survive. Right, let's... Okay, good. I have some energy left. Let's see if I can regain some of the yellow bars so that I can actually survive. Now let's go to speed 1.
Counter-attack by Alexander Kristoff.
There's less than 20 kilometers left, and there's a significant gap back to the pack. The breakaway could make it right to the finish.
Attack by Van Marker.
Yeah, if I don't do anything, we're definitely not going to win, so... Let's try to contribute. Finally, someone seems to be able to help. Kittel.
A solo victory for John Degenkolb.
No, there's no point. I'm not surprised that this happened the way it did. I'm not strong enough. And when it comes to fire size, a bit on the high end, but it should work. Wouldn't be so bad if I'm not so for 5 minutes overtime. Right. 5 minutes overtime, because the goal is roughly 20 minutes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and hope it has been looking good and sounding good. And I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.